enough at last.
Obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
Lie. No man is obsolete.
It's a cookbook.
Who are we?
When will they take the bandages off?
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
This lemon sucker here. He's the most suspicious of the bunch.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
I believe you're going my way.
Live from Willoughby at the heart of the Twilight Zone. Here are your hosts, Alex and Tyler, the prestigiously perfect podcast in which we call The Twilight Gnome.
What is up, Gnomies? I'm Alex.
And I'm Tyler.
Welcome to the Twilight Gnome Podcast, episode 75.
Wow. Can you believe it?
I kind of can. Pretty crazy. What episode are we going to be doing for this special 75th?
For our special 75th, we got a good one for you. It is Time Enough at Last.
Yes, Season 1, Episode 8. Original air date November 20th, 1959. This was written by Rod Serling, based on the short story by Lynn Venable, and directed by John Bram, who, if you remember, last week we had a John Bram directed episode as well.
We did, with Person or Persons Unknown.
He did 12 episodes, and I'll quickly remind you which ones they were. Time Enough at Last, Judgment Night, The Four of Us Are Dying, Mirror Image, A Nice Place to Visit, Mr. Dingle the Strong, Shadow Play, Person or Persons Unknown, Young Man's Fancy, The New Exhibit, You Drive, and Queen of the Nile.
Oh, he had 2 Burge episodes out of the 4.
50% Burge.
50% Burge.
All right, Ty, we'll jump right into it. What was your favorite moment?
All right, I had 2. So the first one was when he's in the vault when the bomb first goes off. First, we see the pages like move a little bit, and then we see like the glass shatter. I liked that you kind of are getting the sense of that the shockwave is kind of hitting everything first before you get the big boom of the destruction right afterwards.
Yep.
I really liked that. I thought that was a good touch to add.
But would that actually happen? Because
Well, he's in a vault, so yeah, I guess.
there's no way the pages would turn like that. Because
Well, he didn't close the vault entirely.
A
That's
lot
the
of
part of
this-
the question about it. Because if you closed the vault entirely, like, then yes, it wouldn't have happened. So maybe some air did push through.
Right.
So I could see that happening.
that, and I mean, the big elephant in the room, Rady, there's no way he could just go out like that.
No, yeah. Well,
He's eating food and shit.
I mean, he would probably feel the fallout. We don't know how long he's like wandering for, so like maybe this all takes place in like a day or two, and he doesn't have time to kind of get the radiation poisoning. I don't know. But yeah, my second favorite moment was just the quintessential shot of him, and near the very end on the steps, because you have the clock right in front of him with all the books surrounding him, just kind of really driving home he has so much time. Look at this clock right here. So
I have 2 as well. I really like, there's a shot that I like when he's yelling, "Helen, where are you?" And he's like up on the dirt mound and it's showing the destruction behind him. This is a very good shot. For some reason, that's always held a place in my head of like, wow, that's a really cool cinematic shot. But my second one is a funny one. The boob joke in the beginning is kind of like,
about the bird called a tit or something, right?
no, I didn't remember any of that. I was thinking more of when the boss is just like, remember the trouble you got into with the young lady? I was
Oh.
trying to read a campaign button, see who
Yep.
she voted for. I like that. That was pretty funny.
I thought you were going to say the reader line.
That one is a good one, but Rita. I don't know, the picturing what happened to Bemis there that day, like just get slapped in the face or a purse hits him or
Bemis,
whatever.
sorry, I
I
was
could have
just-
swore I swear I was looking at the button.
I was just trying to read your pins.
We have the technology to rebuild him.
Doctor, what have you created?
I am, for all intent and purposes, AI Serling.
So every week I put a prompt into ChatGPT, come up with a Rod Serling style intro to the episode that we are watching, and this week it came up with this. Witness, if you will, Henry Bemis, a small man with oversized spectacles, but even larger dreams. A meek bank teller whose life is ruled by schedules, supervisors, and a wife who believes books are a waste of time. To Henry, however, the written word is not a waste. It is sustenance. It is escape. It is, in fact, his only true companion, in a world that denies him the freedom to indulge in it. But fate, like the turning of pages, has a peculiar way of rearranging a man's story. For Mr. Bemis is about to discover that solitude and silence can come at a terrible price, and that the greatest treasures we seek may be placed forever out of reach, here in the Twilight Zone.
I don't know if his dreams are that big, because all he really wants is time enough to read a bunch of books. Like, is that really like a big ask in the grand scheme of things? Like, other people are way more ambitious with their dreams of, oh, I want to be a millionaire or do travel the world. He literally just wants to read books. I wouldn't say that's a crazy dream to have.
Maybe not. Always picking on the AI.
Yeah.
All right, so every week, Tyler and I come up with a few questions for each other, keep each other on our toes while watching said episode. I have 4.
I have 3.
Ooh, I'll go first then. Helen says that it is how long until they are due at the card game?
15 or 20 minutes. I think it's 15.
It is 15. Good job.
Yeah, they didn't really give... They must live, like, within the same apartment building or something if you're going to...
Probably, yeah.
Not give that much time. What's the name of the villainous man in David Copperfield?
I almost wrote that too. Well, damn it. Begins with an M.
It does.
Mortivari.
Murdstone. Isn't that just a villainous name? Murdstone.
How awesome is Burge in this episode? As much as, like, we'll get to it when we get to it, there are a few parts of this that are
He's a
boring,
fun, quirky
but
guy.
watching him is very fun.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
What book does Henry try to sneak to the card game?
It's a book of poetry.
Modern poetry. I'll give you partial credit.
It's poetry. What time does the bomb go off?
12:01?
12:24.
Damn it. I guess I should have known. There was a little after lunch. Name an author that he's excited to read at the end in the library.
Shakespeare is one of them.
It is one of them. All right.
It's the easiest one to remember. And my last question, when he walks by the destroyed sporting goods store, what does the cash register read?
$40 and a penny.
Yeah.
That was my final
that was your last
question.
one? Okay.
All right, we'll get right into the plot of this one. We open up on a bank. We pan down to a teller, Mr. Henry Bemis, counting money while reading a book on his lap.
Yeah, reading while on the job. I mean, come on now. And I wrote this down. I was like, that must have been like the 1950s equivalent of playing on your phone or like watching TikToks and shit when you should be working.
And he even has like the audacity to like talk to the customer. Have you ever heard of this David Copperfield fella? And proceeds to give the whole plot synopsis, character breakdown.
I mean, he genuinely seems like such a nice guy that's so passionate about the books that he reads that it is kind of hard to hate how bad of an employee he is. But if I was his boss, I'd be pissed.
You'd think that you'd get a job like something that you have to read a lot, like someone who has to go over copyright or something.
Yeah, something like that, or like read scripts or manuscripts or something like that.
Edit books for somebody. Like,
yeah, and then also, why would you marry a wife that hates reading?
I don't know. It's at this point that the customer's like, Bemis, you fucking shortchanged me again. So this is a common occurrence.
Yeah,
we can understand
the man's
him.
clearly not doing his job.
He's, oh, sorry, Mrs. Chester, and he continues to give her a lot of information
and
about
then she
the
just
book.
Walks away without saying anything. He looks up and like, oh, you left.
Yep. But then he reads for a little bit after he puts his next window, please sign up, and his boss comes up behind him. And he's like, I want to have a word with you in my office. And then Bemis, have you ever read Copperfield? And then, no, now come to my office right now.
And then Rod takes us in.
Witness Mr. Henry Bemis, a charter member in the Fraternity of Dreamers. A bookish little man whose passion is the printed page, but who is conspired against by a bank president and a wife and a world full of tongue cluckers and the unrelenting hands of a clock. But in just a moment, Mr. Bemis will enter a world without bank presidents, or wives, or clocks, or anything else. He'll have a world all to himself, without anyone.
I've always wondered what the term bookish was supposed to mean. Is it just supposed to be like meek or like nerdy looking?
I would assume so. I actually do not know myself. Also, I apologize, listeners, for my voice sounding a little bit different for this episode. I have a head cold right now. But just if you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
It's not that noticeable.
After the commercial, we're in the boss's office, and he tells Bemis pretty much, you're a fucking idiot. He's like, you do not function within the organization.
He even calls him a reader.
I'll play some of that. You're not professional, or you're not proficient at anything you're doing. You, sir, are a reader.
You, Mr. Bemis, do not function within the organization. You are neither an efficient bank teller nor a proficient employee. You, Mr. Bemis, are a reader.
A reader?
A reader.
Yes.
A reader of books.
A reader of books.
He's probably so confused by the term because the way the boss says it, he's supposed to be like insulting him, like, you're a reader. And he's like, a reader? How is that even an insult? Like, yes, of course I love to read books.
Read? That one's always got me. I don't understand that line.
I wonder what a modern day equivalent. You are a TV watcher. You are a TikToker.
Then his boss says, I constantly see you going down into the vault for your lunch hour. And he says, from now on, forget reading or you're fired. Bemis says, but sir, my wife doesn't let me read at the house. And like, as you kind of sympathize for him, be like, that's not really, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like, that's not the boss's fault. Like, if he enjoys reading, then that's something he should do on his own time. And if your wife doesn't like it, have a discussion with your wife. But right now you're at work. Like, stop fucking reading and goofing off when you're supposed to be working, dude.
He says, she won't even let me use the ketchup sometimes because I'll start reading the labels of the condiments. And then the boss is like, well, it sounds like your woman's a smart fucking woman. And then we get the funny boob joke thing where he was like, you were reading a campaign slogan on people's shirts. And I really enjoyed that one. That was pretty good.
That is pretty funny. What I enjoyed most was right afterwards, though, when he dismisses him and he starts to walk off, he immediately spots like a magazine or a newspaper and he starts reading it. Like, dude, your boss just told you if I catch you reading again, you're fired. And like, he immediately can't even resist himself to do it.
Next scene, Henry's at home. His wife yells, Henry, in a very strange way, which
Henry! Kind of reminded me of, what the hell is it? Tom and Jerry. The lady that owns the cat, doesn't she yell in like a similar way to the cat?
Kinda.
The cat's Jerry, right?
I think so. But I'll go into a little bit more of that in Inside the Twilight Zone. That what she did that or whatever. His wife comes into the room, sees him reading a newspaper, steals it, and she's like, do you want coffee or don't you? We're playing cards tonight, and I'll play some of this so you kind of get like the relationship here.
We're going over to the Phillips house.
Oh, dear.
All right, Henry. Anything to say?
No, dear, nothing to say. What time will we do there?
In about 15 minutes.
All right, I'll be ready on time.
See that you are.
She's quite a domineering wife there.
Yeah. His wife leaves the room, tells him, be ready in 15 minutes. Henry kind of sneaks around and he gets a book from underneath the seat cushion of his chair and puts it in his jacket pocket. His wife comes back in and, what you got there, Henry? He's like, nothing, dear. And then she obviously opens the jacket, finds it, and now how did that get in there? I've never actually been able to say that in life. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever been in a situation
how did that get in there?
when you are like trying
to hide something?
Like it's obviously you know it. Like you're trying to like sneak a beer or fucking
no, I've never had the opportunity to just be
there?
like, how did that happen? Whoops.
That would be a funny one. Get caught with like a dildo in your pocket. Now, how did that get
caught
in
with
there?
a dildo in your ass? How did that get in there?
Something like that.
This next part though made me really sad. Like at first,
yeah.
So the wife sees that it's a book of poetry, and she's like, "Oh, well, why don't you read me some?" And he lights up because this is like the one thing he wants to connect with his wife on, because clearly reading is his passion. And so he wants. Are you thinking of the picture of that fat kid laying and it's like, fitness is my passion?
No.
Oh, that's a funny meme.
I'm just laughing at Henry at how funny he is.
But anyway, yeah, reading is his passion. And he finally gets to share it with his wife, and he literally lights up. He's so excited. And he's probably like, oh my God, my wife finally wants to like share my hobbies. And then, nope.
Fuck you.
Nope, she was just doing it just to be a total bitch to him, as she had drawn X's all throughout the entire
How
fucking
psychopathic is that? Because
Yeah.
you know how fucking long it would take to do that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because like there was a lot of pages in the book. Why not just like burn the book, or like, I don't know. There's got to be a million. Maybe she just had a lot of time on her hands. She had too much time. Enough at last.
I'm enough at last. Yeah, and then she even rips it up, and I like how why, Helen? You felt so bad for him, but also like, dude.
Yeah, at that point I'd be like, why did you marry Helen? Like, clearly, I don't know, maybe he's into, what would it be called, like, getting domineered?
I guess a dominatrix or whatever. Yeah. And then she's like, I married a fool. The next shot, it's lunchtime at the office. He puts his "next window please" sign up, grabs his lunch and heads downstairs to the vault. He conveniently grabs a newspaper that says H-bomb capable of total destruction. And wouldn't you know it, seconds later, the bomb goes off. Maybe your favorite shot.
Yeah, we get the really cool shot of all the book flips open, all the pages start turning, and the glass on the clock just shatters from the...
But not his glasses.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're made out of different types of glass. I don't know.
When we return from commercial, he opens the vault door to find wreckage, but no radiation ever, so that's kind of weird. We do get a cool shot of what he sees without his glasses. I like that because it's like looks blurry, so you're like, all right, this is how bad he sees. So it kind of makes the later when his glasses break, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Also, the point about the lack of radiation, if the bomb had got like detonated high above the ground, then there wouldn't be like any radioactive fallout and stuff like that. So
none at all. Like it's safe to just go out after that.
No, but I mean, I don't know. It's a TV show. I don't overthink it.
I'm kind of flip-flopped here on this. Usually you're the one doing this. Very cool set design as well. They put a lot of money into the set. Did you notice that in this episode? How well that everything just looked? Like the
when
stairs at the end, just the whole set. Like think about how big of a task that would have been to have to build a lot of these sets.
Some of the sets, yes. I mean, I'm sure they probably could do it for pretty cheap. Takes things that are already kind of broken and then just break them some more, burn them some more. And then the whole backdrop is completely painted. Yeah. So that part's pretty easy. So it doesn't need to go back very far.
But the production side, it just looks good. Like it almost reminds me of like Wizard of Oz style, like big theatric cinema thing.
Yeah, but even in like the Wizard of Oz, like when you're watching that, you can clearly tell like, oh, that's where the painting starts.
But I feel like that's what's a nice charm.
I think
of
it
old Hollywood.
works really well in the context of the Twilight Zone because it's filmed in black and white, so it's maybe those lines get blurred a little bit more.
True. Henry's walking around through the rubble.
Finds his dead boss.
Yeah, here's a tape recorder playing of his boss. Sees his dead body. He shuffles through the rubble, and then we finally get our first look outside. Everything as far as we can see has been destroyed. And then for, I believe this is our 3rd out of 4 times, we get a mid-rod intro.
I'm going to say, it's very rare to get a mid-rod intro.
Seconds, minutes, hours. They crawl by on hands and knees for Mr. Henry Bemis, who looks for a spark in the ashes of a dead world. A telephone connected to nothingness. A neighborhood bar, a movie, a baseball diamond, a hardware store. The mailbox of what was once his house and is now a rubble. They lie at his feet as battered monuments to what was but is no more.
That's the scene I was talking about. I really like that shot.
Why?
I don't know. It looks cool.
The shot at the end is way cooler when it has the clock for the symbolism.
It might be, because it kind of reminds me of World War I because it kind of looks like he's on the top of the trench.
Yeah, with the X thing in the back that kind of looks like it could be like a
part of no man's land,
barricade or something, or a barracks.
I don't know. I've always just liked that shot for some reason.
Yeah.
Henry comes to the conclusion that everyone must be dead except for him. He puts it together that the vault is what saved him.
My only nitpicky thing about this episode that I really hated was that, like, they really mistrusted the audience to understand, oh, he survived because he was in a bank vault. And
Do you think anyone, I guess that goes to your point.
I think everyone should have understood that because, like,
you don't think there'd be one person like, why ain't this fucking asshole dead?
I don't think there'd be anyone that dumb to not get it. And I don't know why they felt the need to kind of add this little piece of dialogue. Whoa, why did I survive? The vault. Yeah, no shit.
Well, that kind of gets to my point. I feel like this is where the episode starts dragging because it is a lot of, he walks around. It's like, all right, get to the library thing.
Yeah, but
like,
they
this could be 15 minutes and be fine.
What they could have done differently instead, though, is maybe do like a montage with some like music in the background showing that time has elapsed with like a really sad song or something. I know it's not really Twilight Zone style to have like a music like that kind of play in the background. But I don't know. There's some way to have a montage.
Gonna make an edited version of just watching him walking around to "It's the end of the world."
No, it would have to be a sadder song than that. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be that. I wouldn't pick that song. But yeah, something like that, but a lot sadder and.
And then it's at this point that he's like, "But do I want to be alive?"
Which up to this point, he hasn't acted necessarily that sad. Like, obviously, yes, the situation is very sad, but he still seems himself.
Right. Next shot, he's eating food that, again, apparently, you said there wouldn't be any. You could still just eat food.
Well, the stuff in the can would be fine. Even if there was fallout, you could just have to wash out the outside of the can, but if it's inside the can, it'd be fine to eat.
He's ripping a butt on an old couch, and he's just like, "I got all the food and cigarettes I could need."
And then he falls asleep with said cigarette in his mouth well, not in his mouth, but he falls asleep on the couch with a lit cigarette. Bad idea.
I mean, fucking the world's already been burnt and destroyed. Who gives a shit?
He could burn the couch that he was sleeping on. I don't know.
Yeah. He's like, "I just don't know what to do with all this time." And then he wakes up.
Sees a car that was next to him the whole night.
How did you didn't see that before?
He gets so excited, like, "Oh, a car! I didn't notice that at all last night." Really?
He is fucking blind as shit then. They're just oblivious.
Even with the glasses, he couldn't see it.
Yeah, he tries to start the car, but to no avail. And this is kind of where he has his breaking point. "Is someone there? I've never had this much solitude. I'm actually extremely fortunate." He keeps trying to tell himself, but then it just quickly escalates. "Help! Help me!"
Yes, this is a good point of him showing that his psyche's breaking down. But like beforehand, when they were trying to act like he's sad, but he clearly wasn't, that just didn't make any sense. It was right now.
But do I want to be alive?
Yeah, that seemed a little too early until the moment that he kind of freaks out and starts yelling for help from others. That's when we know, okay, the heaviness of the situation has finally got to him.
Yep. It's at this point that he comes across the rubble of a sporting goods store. He knocks over a cabinet, and wouldn't you know, it's the gun cabinet, and he picks up one of the guns.
Chekhov's gun.
Ooh.
But it's not, because it doesn't get fired.
Hey. Bemis's
gun doesn't get fired.
We gotta, next time we write a story or make something, a Bemis's gun. Bring up a gun, and then have
nothing happens with
nothing happens. A Bemis's gun.
Yeah, presumably at the end of the episode when he loses his glasses, do you think that's when he's like, "Well, fuck it, guess I'm gonna commit
I guess
suicide."
that would probably be your conclusion. Like, well.
But then how's he gonna find the gun? He doesn't know. He can't see. He's probably gonna starve to death. Actually,
I don't know.
Stumbling around, real blind like.
I don't know.
Teach himself Braille.
And he's just like, "If only there was something to do." And he's kind of looking at the gun, contemplating offing himself.
Yeah, and then when he's thinking about that, he says the line, "I know I'll be forgiven," which, just a sad thing to think about.
And then just as he's about to pull the trigger, he sees the public library and gets the bright idea. "Oh my God, I love reading books. I finally have all the time in the world to read all these fucking books I want." And the next scene, I do like this one because this is like, you can feel his excitement in this.
Yeah.
Just, I got January, February. I like that a lot.
He piled them all up, and yeah, he's excited about his future for the first time in a long time. It looks optimistically up, even though it's literally the end of the world.
Yep. And then we get the most iconic line probably from all of Twilight Zone history.
"And the best thing, the very best thing of all, is there's time now. There's all the time I need and all the time I want. Time, time, time. There's time enough at last."
Yeah, I gotta love it when they say the name of an episode inside of an episode.
Mm-hmm. And then, unfortunately, he looks down at the book, and of course the inevitable happens. His glasses drop off of his face, and it's just such a bummer that sometimes the Twilight Zone will help you out like in 100 yards over the rim, and sometimes it's just a fucking dick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that in my ratings, but yeah.
There was time now.
You just
it's
really
not
feel
fair.
for him.
The best laid plans of mice and men, and Henry Bemis. The small man in the glasses who wanted nothing but time. Henry Bemis, now just a part of a smashed landscape. Just a piece of the rubble. Just a fragment of what man has deeded to himself. Mr. Henry Bemis, in The Twilight Zone.
And that's our episode. Tyler, what did you learn?
Always choose contacts over glasses.
Yeah, if those fall out, you got a real fucking problem.
I'm blind.
That didn't make any sense. I was thinking if your eyeballs fell out. I'm
Yeah,
retired.
you'd be blind if your eyeballs fell out.
All right, we'll jump right into ratings. IMDb currently has us at an 8.9 out of 10. Do you think we're going to be on the same page? Or I think I probably like this episode more than you.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
You think I like this more than you?
I don't know. I don't know how... I can't really gauge how much you like this one. But I'll go first. I think you might have liked it more. I'm going to give this one a 7.5. It's a classic, great visual shots, but I just can't get behind the Twilight Zone being needlessly cruel to such a likable guy. Like, I just hate watching these sad stories about this sad man, and then he finally gets what he wanted, and then just it gets ripped away from him. Yeah. And then there are parts of it that are a little slow, too, I would admit. But overall, great episode. It's a classic for sure, and it's a classic for a good reason, so...
I'm on the fence on between a 0.5, obviously, and because if it would be the best of the lower rating, but probably the lower of the higher rating.
You gotta pick one. You've had a week to decide.
I know. At first I had it at the lower one, but just rewatch it. It's so classic, and like the set. I'm gonna give this a 9.
Wow, nice.
This is a very good episode.
It is.
I think the only thing that the whole point that doesn't make it as 10 is that it just doesn't do that certain thing, and it's a little bit slow. That's my only complaint about it. But even when it is slow, we do get the odd mid-narration, which usually they feel weird and forced, but this kind of, it works for it.
Who are they? Where are they? What are they? Let's find out together in The Twilight Gnome presents Inside the Twilight Zone.
All right, so this week, of course, we have Burgess Meredith. He's in 4 Twilight Zones altogether. Do you know all 4?
Yes, it is this episode, Time Enough at Last. We have Printer's Devil, which I have never seen before, and then we also have Mr. Dingle the Strong and Obsolete Man.
What is your favorite right now? Because I know you haven't seen
Obsolete
Printer's...
Man. I love Obsolete Man. Then I'd pick Dingle, then this, but I haven't seen Printer's Devil, so I can't fairly give it a rating.
I was thinking about, I kind of think I've been too harsh on Obsolete Man. I'm excited to see it when we do eventually get to it, because I don't know, it's always, I would have said it was my least favorite of them, but I don't know.
I'm excited to see
I like
Printer's
how,
Devil, just as something new.
I was going to say, because his 2 characters that we've seen so far,
Mr. Bemis and Mr. Dingle?
Yes, they're both kind of the same. They're kind of like bumbling. So you kind of like, oh, we're going to see him like that. But he's completely different in the 2 other episodes. Like, he's actually like smart, witty, like very good in Obsolete Man. And then in Printer's Devil, he's just chaos. It's awesome. I love it.
Nice.
He's also in Grumpy Old Men. He's in the Rocky movies. He plays his coach, Mickey. He
plays Mickey in the Rocky movies?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it. But now I don't know, it just surprised me. I can't picture him in a Sylvester Stallone movie.
You gotta do it, Sty.
You gotta punch him real hard, Rocky.
We both did just terrible Burgess Meredith impressions. He is the voice of Puff from Puff the Magic Dragon, all the movies and TV show stuff. He did the narration for The Twilight Zone, the movie, which, if you can't get
Who
Rod.
else but
Burge. He is in the... he was in 2 Night Galleries, 21 episodes of Batman with Adam West, where he played the Penguin.
Oh.
And he played George in Of Mice and Men in the 1939 film. Yeah, I mean, when we do all of his finally, we should do something big for Burge. Burge is the man. He's definitely, like, when you think of Twilight Zone, he's got to be on your Mount Rushmore of actors.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Then we have Vaughn Taylor. He played the boss, Mr. Carlsville. I don't think I'd ever said it, but did I say it on his desk?
I mean, probably.
And this is actually our final episode with him. He was in 5 episodes of The Twilight Zone. Can you name the 5? If you can do all 5, we've seen them all now.
All right. I know that he's in Time Enough at Last. I know he is in The Self-Improvement of Salvador Ross. I think he's in Icing the Body Electric.
He is.
I think he's in the After Hours?
No.
No. Okay, then I don't know the other two.
He's in Still Valley. He plays the old man. You want to know how I got this spell book?
That's him?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they must have done a lot of like prosthetics on him.
And then in an episode that we were just talking about, one of the ones that I think of fondly.
Oh, he's in. Oh, yes, plays the boss in that too. I knew he was the boss in another one. In of late, I think of.
The Incredible
World of Horace Ford. Yep.
Horace, I believe you're having a mental breakdown. I think you should go see a psychiatrist.
Yeah, so he plays a boss in that. He plays a boss in this. He plays a kooky old man. He plays
someone's dad,
and he plays a
creepy
robot
old
maker.
Yeah, like the Willy Wonka of fucking robots. But yeah, we've seen all of his now. What's your favorite, Horace Ford?
Favorite episode or my favorite performance by him?
Let's do one and the same. Well, do one then the other.
All right, my favorite episode out of those is gotta be I Sing the Body Electric, I think.
Was it? Did you give it that?
I think so.
You gave that a 7.5.
I also gave it a 7.5 to
Time Enough?
No. And to Time Enough and to Self-Improvement. But out of those three, I like
what'd you give Still Valley?
Maybe like a 7 or
a 7,
yeah. Yeah, my favorite out of all of those is gotta be the one I just said that I'm now. I Sing the Body Electric. I like that out of all the.
You gave Horace Ford though.
Yeah, it's the lowest one. It is. It's a bad episode. My favorite performance by him, I would say that actually might be Horace Ford because he has probably the most lines out of all the other roles that he's played. And
in Salvador Ross, he's got quite a few. And then he gets to shoot Salvador Ross at the end, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think his acting was strongest in Horace Ford, even though that was the worst of the episodes.
He was in one Andy Griffith. He was in the movie Psycho, and he was in one episode of Gomer Pyle.
Pyle?
Shazam! Then we have Jacqueline DeWitt. She played Helen. She was in a bunch of movies in the 40s, then switched over to television in the 50s. Lots of shows like the Playhouse ones, Schlitz Playhouse, Playhouse 90, Studio One, all of those type of deals. And she stopped acting in 1970.
She kind of looks like she'd play like the evil stepmother in a lot of films.
Mm-hmm. Out of the 92 episodes that Rod wrote, this was his favorite.
Oh, that's nice.
The exterior steps were used in the movie The Time Machine from 1960. And then later, director John Bram would use him again in A Nice Place to Visit. There were 2 pair of glasses that they were using while they were shooting. There was the big bubbles ones that made him look crazy, and he couldn't see through them, obviously, in real life, but they only used those for up-close shots. In shots that he was walking around, he was wearing a different pair of glasses so he could actually see what was going on.
That makes sense.
This is one of 4 mid-narration episodes. We only have 1 left. Do you know what they are?
I know it was this one. It was The Lonely. I Sing the Body Electric. And I don't know what the one that we haven't watched is.
I Shot an Arrow into the Air.
Oh, okay.
That's the final one. When Helen yells Henry, that's an homage to Henry Aldrich show. The Henry Aldrich show? I'm not sure what that is. But obviously it must have been something like just, how like in The Shining, here's Johnny, that's him doing the Carson.
Impersonation, yeah.
So something to those effects. And since this is our 75th and we'll have a little bit more time here, I wanted to kind of play a little game with you, because in the book there's obviously a bunch of information on this one being such a big episode. So we have the whole set decoration production costs here. In total, it cost $5,450 for the whole thing. What do you think was the most expensive piece of set or scenery?
The bank vault, maybe?
It was. Good job. The interior of the bank vault was $900. That was the most expensive.
Makes sense. That big old heavy-ass metal door. And then all the lockers.
And then we got the interior of the bank was $750. What do you think was the cheapest?
Probably the deserted wasteland of just scrap shit thrown around with a painting in the background.
Remember that it could include set pieces and stuff too.
I'm still going to stick with that.
It's the convertible. It was $50.
Just the convertible that he gets into?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, it was already an old car, I'm sure, and probably didn't work because it doesn't have to, so.
All right. In total, this episode cost $57,044. The director received the usual $12.50, and the cast received $7,317, which is pretty crazy because it's a pretty small cast. So I would imagine Burge out of $7,000 for that, he probably got like $4,000.
Wow, that is actually quite a bit for back then, yeah.
Which, I mean, I believe Ed Wynn got paid like $7,500 or $9,000 for the one for the Angels.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he has the records so far from what we've seen for the highest paid actor for an episode. And I think they made a stipulation after that, like no one's getting paid that much after that. Because that'd be like, what, like $90,000 or something?
Yeah, that'd be a lot for just one person.
What'd you say your name was?
What's in the name, Mr. Benedict, really? A mere question of semantics. Just language. A mere stretch of words.
So every week, Tyler and I come up with a few alternative titles to the episodes we are watching. I have 3 this week.
I got 5.
All right, go for it.
All right, start off with my debacle. I got the Doomsday debacle.
I got the Dirty Bomb debacle.
All right. I got Arita.
Ah, dang it. I just had the Reader.
Oh, okay. I have Bespectacled Bemis.
Yeah, do one more.
I got The Library at the End of the World.
Pretty good. I think this one's kind of clever. It's H. Bemis versus the H. Bomb.
Yeah. And my last one, A Vision of the Future.
All right. What about switcheroos?
I have 4.
I have 5.
Ooh.
All right, go first.
I have Where Is Everybody?
I have that as well. The Lonely.
Yep, I have that one. I have The Silence.
Yep. This is probably going to be the only time we can use this for another episode, I'm thinking, but He's Alive.
Yeah. And my last one was A World of His Own.
And I have Valley of the Shadow.
Nice.
Because you get like the nuclear shadow thing. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it may be better, it may be worse. The Twilight Zone did it first.
So a ton of references this week. Obviously, this is probably one of the most, if not the most famous episode of The Twilight Zone. So, of course, everyone who's anyone is going to be making parodies and references to it. So I'm going to start us off with my favorite parody of this episode, and that comes to us from Futurama. Futurama has a mini-series inside of it called The Scary Door, which basically just makes fun of, or parodies The Twilight Zone. And in it, it's an episode happens just like this, except at the end, Burge's character says, well, that's okay. My eyesight's not that bad. At least I can read the lodge print. And then his eyeballs fall out. And then he says, well, actually, I know how to read Braille. And his hands fall off. And then he just screams and his body just falls to pieces. So little play there. There is also an episode of Modern Family called Airport 2010. And in it, Jay's electronic reader screen breaks, followed by him mockingly saying, "It's not fair. It's not fair." Obviously, not so subtle nod to this episode. And then we also have The Simpsons with the episode called Strong Arms of the Ma. Are you familiar with this one, Alex? I know you love The Simpsons.
I don't believe so. This might be...
Marge becomes a bodybuilder. It's like in season 14 or something.
Yeah, I have seen that.
But in this episode, a mailman is trapped under a car, and he breaks his glasses while trying to read a Twilight Zone magazine. Yeah. And then...
I'm guessing it's Hans Moleman.
I don't know. And then the Drew Carey Show makes a reference to this in the Y2K episode called Y2K You're Okay. And at the episode's end, Drew is left alone in a bomb shelter with magazines only for his glasses to break. So, again, very similar. You got the Marvelous Miss Maisel episode called Someday, where Abe Wiseman recites the events of Time Enough at Last to a bunch of party guests, indicating that he's a big fan of this. You also get the Twilight Zone movie from 1983, which includes characters discussing Time Enough at Last during a car ride. And for anyone that's already watched our episode of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, you will know that at that ride, there's a pair of glasses that you can find as a little Easter egg to the TV show. And then Mystery Science Theater 3000, there's a little banter back and forth between Joel and Tom where Joel says, there's one thing you got to remember in the event of apocalypse. You've got to bring an extra pair of prescription glasses, to which Tom says, so you don't end up like Burge Meredith in the Twilight Zone. So very direct reference there. Then also in the Twilight Zone episode, What You Need, which comes only a few episodes after this one, I believe, in season 1, they reuse the same newspaper where it says H-bomb capable of total destruction. And then I'm just going to list off real quickly here a couple other ones that make reference, TV shows that do. You got Kids in the Hall, Powerpuff Girls, Under the Dome, Robot Chicken, a Colbert Christmas, The Greatest Gift of All, which is a Christmas special. That one has a little reference to it too. And the video game Fallout 76. So a bunch of stuff, all making references to this episode. There was a bunch more that I didn't include for time's sake, but just everyone must love this episode.
I was going to say, I could think of one. Family Guy. You remember that one?
Oh, shit, did I not read that one?
Where he has the Peter's last brain cell.
Yeah, I wrote, Family Guy, Wasted Talent. Yes, I completely read over that.
How did you go over the Family Guy?
Well, because I have it written, I have Family Guy written right above Modern Family, so I saw the word family and just jumped right over it, I guess. But yes, the Family Guy episode, Wasted Talent, from one of the earlier seasons where Peter's brain cell's the last one left, and then it breaks its glasses.
Classic. All right, so every week Tyler picks the episodes, and he does so by showing me an AI-generated picture. I play a little game where I have to guess what it is. And it has been quite a while since season 4, so I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a season 4. I actually usually was supposed to the run before this, I kept, when's season 4 coming? And then we got like my least favorite season 4 episode, so that's why I haven't been asking for
about
it.
season 4, yeah.
But it's time to pay the piper, so we're going to watch season 4, and we're still in an other for 70s.
I mean, you don't know it's season 4.
Well, I mean, that's my guess, but we're still in other?
Yes, we're still in other throughout the 70s.
Okay. And other in season 4, because I'm picking that, is probably, I'm thinking he's alive.
Are you ready for the picture?
Hey, he's alive.
Yeah.
I knew it because you said the AI was having a hard time. I'm guessing it did not want to show certain symbols that this episode has in it.
Yeah, I had to describe him as a man with slicked black hair and a tiny mustache. I even looked up...
wouldn't let you have any picture of Hitler on there.
Yeah, I even tried writing in the type of mustache. Apparently it's called a tooth comb mustache.
That was a toothbrush mustache.
Or a toothbrush mustache, yeah. And I put that into the generator, and it was like, nope, no toothbrush mustache is allowed. I'm like, really? Even what if I wanted to make a Charlie Chaplin? So hard to make an image of this, but in this one, it works pretty well because the guy's standing slightly in front of the poster.
That's a very good one. It's undeniable what the episode's going to be.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper, what'd you think?
Dennis Hopper knocked it out of the park. I mean, he is great at playing the villain. You got Waterworld, you got Speed, you got Blue Velvet, which I've never seen, but I'm assuming.
Seen Blue Velvet?
No, but I saw the one. I saw like a clip of the line where he's yelling like "Daddy wants" or "Baby wants something." He's being really creepy.
It gets really weird. It's David Lynch, so
yeah, I don't like David Lynch movies, but Waterworld and Speed. Like,
what did you think of the episode as a whole?
It was pretty decent. I think what the standout is Dennis Hopper's performance in it is just really good.
Did you? Was it a surprise when you found out that shadowy figure was Hitler?
No. The minute I see a shadowy figure, well, also it's called He's Alive, so I was expecting at some point for him to like take on a Frankenstein role and like bring Hitler back to life, like dig up his corpse.
It's more
of
a metaphorical.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a very literal. He needs to track down the body. I'm like, when is this going to happen? And then I saw the shadowy figure. I'm like, oh, it's just all in his head or something, or like
Good episode. That is a very good season 4. I think season 4 gets such a bad rap because it is an hour long, but if you have the time to dedicate to them, there's a lot of good episodes in season 4.
There are certainly some episodes that benefit from the hour-long format, but there are some that was clearly, this was a half-an-hour episode that we need to stretch real bad.
Like Mute.
No, that episode's perfect. Well, not perfect. I gave it a 9. But
you might be the only person that ever gave Mute a 9.
It's such a good episode.
If you also love Mute, let us know down below.
You are about to receive a message from the 5th dimension.
Alrighty, so this week we got 2 different messages. The first one is on our video for person or persons unknown, and it comes to us from Rachel F. And Rachel says, I love this episode. Poor Dave Gurney. Yeah, it would be really tragic what he went through, and just a total mind fuckery. So, yes, totally agree there, Rachel. And then we got another comment from JP Whiplash. And JP says, loved Judgment Night the best. Also 100 yards over the rim. And that was on one of our top 10 videos right there.
Nice. All right. If you guys want to give us any comments, we will read out anything we get from you guys. Just a little bit of housekeeping here. If you guys could please continue to like and subscribe on the Facebook. Oh, damn it.
I know you're saying the line, we're going to read anything, and someone's going to be like, bobbity boobity bobbity boobity. But we'll read it.
Will. All right, just a little bit of housekeeping, guys. If you could please continue to like and subscribe on the YouTube page, it would mean the world to us. I would imagine we might see a little bit more subscriptions because in a couple days we will be also dropping our 75th special type of deal. You know, every 25 we do a special little video, and for this one we thought, what a perfect time, since it's kind of the intermission of our whole show here, to do something on the man himself, Rod Serling. So we did a little bio, put that together for him, and had some visuals, and it's going to be pretty good.
Yes, and if you haven't voted on this week's poll, please go out and vote. This week is all about Rod as well. On the poll, I have where in the world is Rod Serling, and there's a couple different fun locations that he appears to us on the screen. So go ahead and vote on that, and let us know what you think.
If you guys could also go over to the Facebook page, give that a like and follow. Over there, you'll find I post pictures of like next week's episode, like the week before. So that would be the perfect place for you to comment your submission for a new name to play along with the new name challenge. And who knows, maybe you might just win a prize. If you need to get a hold of us for any other reason, you can email us at twilightgnome59@gmail.com. But until then, Tyler, my final question for you. What hobby or thing would you look forward the most if you were in his situation where you're the last man on earth with nothing but time?
Drinking Long Island's.
Just drink yourself to death.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the things I enjoy doing definitely require other people, like board games and like video games. Like, I guess there's some single player video games, but I enjoy more multiplayer ones.
You just get jacked.
Yeah, but for who at that point? I guess if I have a bunch of food, I'm just gonna get fat. I'm just gonna eat my way. I'm just gonna eat and drink until the end, I guess. All
right.
What about you? If you're in Burge's situation, what you doing?
Probably, just playing music. But obviously anything would get old.
Jacking off.
Jacking off. I was just gonna say, can you watch like movies and stuff?
I guess if there are books that survived. Oh, yeah, because you don't have power.
If I could find like a generator and like a DVD player and stuff like that,
yeah,
then I'd just fucking watch movies all day.
Yeah, that's true.
And be like, I can finally catch up on all these classic cinema pieces I haven't seen.
Also, if I was in that situation, he seems to give up on humanity very quickly. Like, the entire world can't possibly be destroyed. No. I would go looking for, like, bunkers or other people that may have survived. Like, he just instantly, like, well, I'm the last one. Guess I'm just going to be by myself. Because I think that's what he wanted, but...
I know. All right, well, comment down below, guys. What would you do in Henry Bemis' situation? Thank you all for being with us for this milestone 75. It seems just like yesterday that we started, and it's pretty crazy that we're almost halfway through. And if you could please go over to the other video with a Rod Serling biography and give that a like. The thumbs up really help us out a lot in the algorithm, guys. And just thank you all so much for your continued support. Until then, Ty, do you have anything to say to our dear, dear Gnomies?
Yes, thank you all for stepping in the Twilight Gnome with us.
It's 4 o'clock, the howling man